If you like Ray Stevens, you will love this song he's doing, the Mississippi Squirrel Revival. Isn't that a great song? And then one of Leonard Skinner's finest, Sweet Home Alabama. So let's listen as we get entertained.
I'd take a trip every summer down to Mississippi to visit my granny and her Annie fell on the world. I'd run barefooted all day long, climbing trees, raise a song. One day I happened to catch myself a squirrel. Well, I stuffed him down in an old shoebox and punched a couple of holes in the top. When Sunday came, I snuck him into church. I sit way back in the very last pew, showing him to my good buddy Hugh when that squirrel got loose, went totally berserk. Now what happened next is hard to relate. Some thought it was Jesus, some thought it was Satan, but the fact that something was among us was plain to see. As the choir sang I Surrender All, Squirrel ran up Ard Newland's coveralls, and Ard leaped to his feet and said, "Something's got a hold on me." Yeah, the day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting hallelujah. Well, Harv at the aisle dancing and screaming. Some thought he had religion, others thought he had a demon, and Harv thought he had a weed eater loose and he's fruited the loons. He fell to his knees to plead and beg, and that squirrel ran out of his britches leg unobserved to the other side of the room. All the way down to the amen pew where sat Sister Bertha Better Than You, who'd been watching all the commotion with sophistic glee. You should have seen that look in her eyes when that squirrel jumped her garters and crossed her thighs. She jumped to her feet and said, "Lord, have mercy on me." As that squirrel made laps inside her dress, she began to cry, and then to confess sins and make a sailor blush from shame. She told a gossip in church dissension, but the thing that got the most attention was when she talked about her love life. And then she started naming names. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting hallelujah. Well, 7 deacons and the pastor got saved, and $25,000 was raised, and 50 volunteered for missions in the Congo on the spot. And even without an invitation, there were at least 500 rededications, and we all got rebaptized whether we needed it or not. Now you've heard the Bible story, I guess, how he parted the waters for Moses to pass. So the miracles God has wrought in this old world. But the one I remember to my dying day is how he put that church back on the narrow way with a half-raised Mississippi squirrel. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in the Bible. They were jumping pews and shouting hallelujah. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting hallelujah.